Good morning. Well, afternoon for me, but morning somewhere. Good morning wherever you are. Good afternoon, good evening wherever you are. However you're listening, thank you for joining me for another video. As always, a free way you can support this channel. Smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment in the comment section. But let's go ahead and dive right in. I just want to share a few thoughts. Bitcoin is looking good. And so what do I mean by that? All right, I'll get back to this chart in a little bit, but how could I say that Bitcoin's looking good? It's down 1.66% over the last 24 hours. Oh no. But here's what I'm looking at. Bitcoin is holding this 200-day simple moving average. So I made a TikTok earlier today. I'll talk about that in a second, but I made a TikTok, and at that point it was at $44,700 something dollars. It wicked below the 200-day moving average, which last I checked was at about $44,900, but then it's bouncing up, holding that support. This is something that I wanted to see. I wanted to see us test that level, hold it as support, and then bounce back up. So right now, for the moment, I am looking for a daily close above the 200-day moving average. The more daily closes we can have above that level, the better. And so when was 200 days ago? It was sometime in January. And so this is what we have here factored into this simple moving average. As we shed those days off, we will have more of these higher days here. The 200-day moving average is going to go lower, believe it or not. And so we're going to I don't think, here's all I'm saying. I don't think it's going to be difficult to treat this moving average as support over the next weeks and couple of months. Even if, especially as it's going down, as we have the brunt of those 200 days within this period here, this 2-month period when we were under $40,000 or ranging between $30,000 and $42,000. So we'll see what happens over these next couple months. I'm trying to think through this possibility. I'm trying to think, where is Bitcoin going from here? I am very confident in one thing, that September is not going to be a good month. Now, will it, maybe just blow me out of the water completely? I just hope, let's just go straight to the moon. Let's get this over with. Let's peak. Let's go parabolic. And then let's enter the bear market, which will create an amazing buying opportunity for crypto. I'm very, very excited about the bear market. Bear markets make you wealthy. Bull runs will make you money, but bear markets make you wealthy. So I'm trying to think through, where is Bitcoin going this month? I believe from here that Bitcoin is going to continue to go up. I also believe that there are just several critical levels on the way between now and $50,000 or so. I would love to see Bitcoin get above $50,000. Obviously, I would love to see that, but I would especially right now love to see that happen over the next 21 days, the rest of the month, and above $50,000. And then the reason why is because, if you've got to watch this most recent TikTok I made, you can kind of see it here. I think that the rest of this run is going to look like this, similar to this, not quite as extensive, not quite as severe of drops as this, but you can see that 2017 chart right there, 38% drop, 36% drop, 33% drop, 38% drop. Before we peaked in April of this year, Bitcoin had 25 to 30% drops. And I am expecting something similar to happen this time around. As we move our way up to $200,000 or so, I'm expecting 25, 30% drops along the way. So let's say that Bitcoin got up to $60,000. A 25% drop from there would put us around $45,000. So I don't know. It's hard for me to see that Bitcoin would reach $50,000 and have a 25% drop to 37,500. Maybe that'll happen in September, but I just want to see a higher price point that would give us, a higher floor for a 25% drop in particular. That's all I'm saying about that. But I do think that will come in September. At some time in September, let's just get it over with. How about September 1st? That's my preference. Bitcoin will do what it does. It doesn't matter about my emotions. I can say all that stuff, those disclaimers, yada, yada, yada. But I am expecting that. So I do expect in September, Bitcoin's right at $45,000 right now. I expect at some point in September for Bitcoin to be lower than where it is now. So if you're a long-term holder like me, should you wait until September? Honestly, I think so. I think so. So here's what I'm looking at right now. You know, obviously it's 1:22 p.m. Eastern time where I am. And there's nothing, I'm happy to see what I'm seeing here. What I would be very nervous about right now would be some really dark green, because I made this video in, when was that? June. I think it was in June. Misplaced Euphoria. I'd recommend checking that out. Misplaced Euphoria, the new signal of a local or cycle top. And so I've just been really racking my brain thinking about Bitcoin. Remember, it peaked. You know, it was between 58 and it peaked between $58,000 and $64,000, and was within that $50,000 to $60,000 range. It seemed like forever. It was about 13 weeks, and that's not normal for a Bitcoin top. And you know, remember 2017, it just went sharply up to almost $20,000. In 2013, it went sharply up to $235 and then $1,300 at the very top, and then crashed really hard back down. This time around, we spent 13 weeks with Bitcoin at that $58,000, $65,000 range, and it's just like, is any day now it's going to go up to $100,000, and it never did. And so this is a new concept that I've kind of thought through in my mind: misplaced euphoria. So we did not, in my opinion, to the extent that we saw it in 2013 and 2017, we did not see that level of euphoria with Bitcoin that we saw in 2013 and 2017. I kept waiting for that, and it never came. But instead, where did we see the euphoria? To an extent, we certainly saw it with Ethereum. As Ethereum shot up to $4,300, we absolutely saw that with Doge. I mean, I remember Doge, it seemed like within 24 hours, it shot up to 6 cents, from 6 cents to 19 cents. And I remember just being blown away by that, because everyone who bought Doge within the last previous to the previous 24 hours, had seen a 3x profit. For me, I had seen a 60x return on my initial Doge investment. That was insane to me at the time. That was only a few months ago. I mean, and Doge, got up to 75 cents, 77 cents, something like that. Misplaced euphoria. There was absolutely euphoria in the market at the time. SafeMoon, Shiba Inu. We saw it with all these junk coins, and we saw sort of an altcoin season. We saw Litecoin shoot up to about $400. We saw Cardano shoot up to, I think, what was it, $3. We saw Matic shoot up. We saw the major alts, and then it skipped minor alts. It skipped small cap and went straight to the meme coins. We saw this misplaced euphoria. And the reason why I'm saying that right now is I'm so sensitive to this right now. I am super sensitive. Where are we seeing any misplaced euphoria right now? My answer is yes. Unfortunately, we absolutely are seeing misplaced euphoria. But the thing that I would say is that it's not nearly to the extent of what we saw in April. So what kind of euphoria are we seeing right now? Let me pause for a second. Think about it. Where are we seeing misplaced euphoria? How about here? Ethereum pet rock NFTs are selling for more than $100,000. I am absolutely convinced. I mean, all right, so there's certain NFTs that I think will last for a while, the very early ones, and this was a very early one. But the froth in the NFT market is insane right now. It is insane. This is not sustainable. Everyone who is entering into this, buying an NFT for $100,000, 99+% of people have no intention of holding this. That is a telltale sign of a bubble. Okay, so that makes me 10% nervous. Not 100% nervous. I'm not panicking right now. I'm not going to panic sell all of my crypto. But remember Dogecoin. I remember when Dogecoin shot up to 19 cents, I started getting a little bit uncomfortable. Like, hold on a second. The whales, the smart money, I know what they're thinking, and I know that they're afraid right now. And they were afraid, and they sold. Or maybe they weren't afraid because they sold, But that was the first sign when Doge shot up to 19 cents. That was the first sign of euphoria, of a level of euphoria that was not comfortable. It was very, very concerning. And so we're seeing something similar to that right now. But one thing that I will say is that just thinking back to May, thinking back to late April, Dogecoin made national news, made international news. That was such a huge story. And then we saw Shiba Inu, we saw SafeMoon, we saw all these meme coins pump. That was a huge story. And it is just a blaring signal that there was froth in the market. This is still, in comparison to that, yeah, this is making news. This is a news article, that I have a screenshot of. This is making news, but it's not anywhere near the extent of what was going on in May. So this is, I'm just being very sensitive to this. I don't want to see any kind of froth. We're not seeing alt season to the extent that we saw it back then, but it's in my mind, and I just want to make sure that I don't have any blind spots. I want to make sure that, people who listen to me, unfortunately, in May, they lost money. And why was that? Because I was waiting for that euphoria with Bitcoin, and to an extent, it never came. And so I don't want people listening to me now to be in a similar position. And I even wonder, if you've made some profits over the last month, maybe you should take some off the table. With that being said, I'm not taking anything off the table right now. I'm not taking a dime off the table. I am absolutely convinced that Bitcoin is going to six figures. But it's always just, I want to be conscious of my blind spot. But let me end this video with one positive. And it's just, the simple thing is, what are the whales doing? What's the deep pockets? What's the smart money doing? And let me show you this. Big money has been buying since May 19th. Entities with 10,000 to 100,000 Bitcoin have added 269,450 to their holdings. 12.1 billion Bitcoin have been added to their holdings. These entities have between 450 million and 4.5 billion of their capital allocated to Bitcoin. And so this is not insignificant. This is the trend. This is the way that it's moving. We've seen dips along the way for sure, but since May 19th, this is right here. If you see my arrow here, this is May 19th. That was the bottom according to this chart. Yeah, we saw a dip in late June, early July, but ever since then, whales have been adding very consistently to their portfolios. And not only that, this doesn't include the Purpose Bitcoin ETF, which if you've heard me talk about the Purpose Bitcoin ETF, it's an ETF in Canada, which last that I saw, they're adding about 86 Bitcoin to their holdings every day as a part of their ETF. And so that doesn't include that's almost 1/10 of all Bitcoin mined a day is being added to the Purpose Bitcoin ETF. And so this is giving me more confidence, despite the froth in the NFT market, that is a thing, and it's unfortunate. And it's making me a little bit nervous, 10% nervous, but I think the fundamentals are still super solid. And so I have no problem holding. Even though I'm very confident that Bitcoin is going to see a 25 to 30% dip in September. Okay, so I would encourage you to hold. I would encourage you to dollar cost average your way in, and let's ride this wave. August shaping up to be a good month. September I don't think is going to be that great, but then October, November, December, and maybe into 2022 will be great times to be a holder of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, of a whole bunch of alts. So let's see this through to the end. Hold strong. It's not going to be an easy ride, though. I will say that. It's not going to be easy. It hasn't been easy at all, has it? So, all right. If you like this content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will most certainly be seeing you in another video. Peace.